It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And this one features Chase Edmonds. He really helped drive them a week ago with a 3-touchdown game. It's the Dolphins and the Vikings, and it comes your way next.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Miami Dolphins. Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. Now, they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they've come in on a nice run of recent form, 4 wins out of 5. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
First play and a first pass for Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody cut. Oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 14 carries, 64 yards and a touchdown.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they've built this winning streak, and that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak? It's showtime, baby.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Cousins gives way to Cook. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 15. 46 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up second down. Here's Cousins. And he'll just get rid of it. Well, CD, you see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and these guys, they've been hearing the mantra next man up since the Friday Night Light game. It's 3 simple words, but they're absolutely perfect to use, and everyone has adopted them. Next guy up, do your best.
This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Throwing is Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jackson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the Southpaw, his 3rd season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
Well, his ratio was good last week. Most quarterbacks are really excited about a 3-to-1 ratio, but it's flipped in the wrong direction. He threw 3 interceptions, not touchdown passes, and he only had the 1 TD pass in that game. So he's trying to turn that around and find a way for his team to win.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. He completes it to Wilson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. This defense for the Vikings, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
There's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early, but it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. Following the interception, Cousins. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll make the score 14-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. From the 6. So Miami coming out for their second drive. Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
From the 27, Tua. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. Tua to his Alabama teammate Waddle. First down, Miami.
First down catch there by Jalen Waddle. What a promising debut for the 6th overall pick in the 2021 draft. Led all rookies with 104 receptions, mainly catching passes from his college teammate, Tua Tagovailoa.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. And some room to roam now. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. Now it's Tua. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 2nd down, this is Edmonds. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 41. For him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Back to the ground on first down, Edmonds. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
Holding offense.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Looking to pass. Tua. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. On 2nd and goal. Tua. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Neil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
Up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going, but when the veterans are telling the young guys...
Now Cook hit, and he lost the football. And the Dolphins have got it. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a give to Edmonds. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Daniil Hunter Able to record his 5th sack of the season. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Another top 5 season in rushing for Cook last year's 3rd straight over 1,100 yards and his 3rd straight ending with a Pro Bowl selection. This season can see a couple more milestones for him. He will
try to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. He'll start things out by handing to Edmonds. To about the 35, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Tua. On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Tua now on 1st down. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. The Dolphins at a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Tua finding Gesicki there for Dolphin first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Down to the 42, 2nd down.
Holding offense.
He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Tua sets up to pass it. Throwing quickly to Wilson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Tua. And this is incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire... is setting the tone in this game.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Tua going to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Wilson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
Now Tua on the bootleg here. They'll roll him out right. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Running left, here's Edmonds. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. They'll run on first down. Edmonds. And able to fight forward inside the 15 to the 13. 56 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. To Edmonds on the toss. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll go for it with Edmonds. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. And it's caught. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand
offside. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
The penalty is declined.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Now Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Goes right back to Smith again. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Ready, break.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Tua, a final shot before half. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead. Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. We had a pair of division rivalries in primetime last weekend, week 5, and we've got another pair of good ones coming up here in week 6. Starting tonight, Cowboys and Eagles from Philly on Sunday night. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football has the Broncos and Chargers from SoFi. That's going to be a lot of fun, no doubt. Kickoff 5:15 local time for that one out in Southern California. It'll be Edmonds to begin the drive. And the tackle for loss goes to Eric Kendricks. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
A gain of 3, second down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Only able to gain a couple there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Now that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Caught. It's Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the gun, it's Tua. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. The Vikings after him, and they get there for them. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So here are the Vikings to take over. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he's got some space here. There he goes left side. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Now Crosby for the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Being chased out left. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Hey, baby, this ain't good enough for us.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit. Give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that that call now might get the fans back into this one.
They fake the handoff. Now Tua steps away. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. On play action, here's Tua. Out to his left. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Throwing is Cousins. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Cousins
trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard.
from down at the 12. It's 1st and 10.
Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness, just about got him into the end zone.
Second down and another run with Edmonds. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Two yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Before they can snap it, time runs out. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the 4th. Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to get the ball back on the turnover as... down.
At their own 5-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Cousins now. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. A first down for Minnesota. Cousins finding Thielen.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a first down pickup.
Up the middle, it's Cook. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. A big play there for Minnesota. 41 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Cook up the gut, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward, and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. Play fake. Cousins. And complete right side to Cook. And out of bounds right around the 20. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3. Well, clear running situation. Try to take time off the clock. You ran the previous play. Set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. The kick by Crosby is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. And the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their own 26. Over the middle here to Wilson. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Tua now on 1st down.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player, you have to know the situation.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On 3rd down, Cousins. It's caught. Smith.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and it'll be Dolphin football.
Miami set to take over. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. On the move to his left. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Tua. Rolling to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep back over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Tua. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Tua to throw again. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
And the Vikings are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
Victory formation time for the Vikings as they'll take a knee here. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
He moved from your former position senior year, strong safety.
Yeah, sometimes they get you up near the line of scrimmage or you're trying to time up a blitz. You've got to get it right, otherwise that flag comes out and you just cost your team some yardage.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half